Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the watch list video. Sorry I didn't have one last night. I had a thing. I still put out a watch list, but I didn't make a video. Anyway, the watch list video for Friday, March 24th. We had FOMC day yesterday. Today, the market gapped up, but then sold off, and we're trying to bounce. The market's still open for 15 more minutes, trying to bounce here. But definitely seeing some weight, which feels like the banks, right, are just leading the way. And you can't ignore that, but as I said in chat today, I'm actually encouraged because we're seeing some individual stocks make moves irrespective of the banks and all that other stuff, right? And FOMC's behind us, and I'm seeing what I feel is more normalized trading. So let me talk about a couple things that happened in chat today, and something I think we can improve on going forward. So Chewy, CHWY. It looked like this when I discovered it, right? I saw it on the new low of day ticker. I saw the push down and a secondary push below 34. I go out on the daily to see if that area is significant. And I noticed back in January was the most recent low, right? Where it went down to 33.96. So I love shape, taking out a recent low. Usually get a nice snapback. So I posted in chat. I actually took a screenshot. Whoops. Of some posts I want to talk about today. This one was Chewy bounced off this area in early January. That's the only post. And I actually feel like that was one of my better posts of the day versus I don't want a chat room where everyone's saying, okay, I need the moderator or one of the regular traders in the room to give me an exact stock, an exact trigger, an exact stop, because that's not really trading anyway. So I want more people to chime in and just post something like that you're seeing, right? If you'd have just done the green 5 candle thing we talked about not that long ago, could have got along anywhere probably near 34.10, low of day stop, and it went up to 35-ish. Actually, wait, 35.50 at one point. But that's a great low risk entry and stop. We need to do more of that in the chat room. If you see something at support getting shape, post it. You don't have to give, hey, here's the exact trigger, here's the stop. I think a lot of us know how to trade our own accounts, but opportunities being presented are a big deal to me, right? The next one down, GBIO inside fives. Again, these are all timestamped. They didn't happen one after another, but I stole them from chat and put them all together so you could see them. GBIO inside fives. All right, so GBIO was on the morning gap playlist. And it looked like this when I posted that. So you had the early high, then a lower high. So you had this inside 5-minute candle. So the implication there is if it breaks the inside candle's high, which is 447. So at 448 is the long. The stop goes below the inside candle's low, was 430. So 18 cents risk. And it ended up going up all the way up to 520 something. So that was pretty cool. This one wasn't great, but I posted ETNB mid 15s buy zone watch, right? Let's go to ETNB, which is one of those that had like the, what does Wayne call it? The 45-degree algo this morning, where it was just slow climbing all day, which by the way, look at the daily. Had that gap up yesterday and a red candle, and then today takes off. It's weird how that can happen, but it's exactly what happened. Anyway, 5-minute candles. And a lot of times when you have a really strong stock and you can't find an entry, a lot of times you get one push down into what we call the 15s buy zone. Most of you know what that is. And it did not take out the green line, which is the 1520 or 560, whatever you want to call it. I'm using 5-minute candles here, so I use the 60 EMA to show me where the 20 is on 15s. I hope that makes sense. Most of you in chat already know that. But anyway, you could have had a nibble somewhere in the mid 15s buy zone like I talked about. Stop goes below the green line. Had a decent little bounce. Again, nothing to write home about. But still, and then even, let's see, this last one, and I just stole these 4 from chat. Tamara put GBIO over 5, and that was, there we go. It was holding up great. The market was weak. It had already broken 5 here and then came close here and was edging back up. Market was really weak, and this is sneaking back up to 5. And boom, there's the 5 break, and it goes pretty quickly to 523. And as a day trader, you make a little money there, right? It did come back down, and it wasn't huge, but still a neat little trade and a nice post by Tamer. All right, anyway, I want to see more of that in chat. More of things that you're seeing, even if you don't have a specific trigger and stop. I think we can do better, right? I think we can find more opportunities together. So anyway, here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. The GBIO already on there. Look at that big pop and a pretty strong close. Again, the market has 10 more minutes to go, but still. ETNB, we're going to watch that again. You had probably some shorts come in on the gap up, and now this thing is super strong. So that one goes on watch. Remember, you guys know this, but I'm in cash every night, so none of these are overnight holds. I'm hoping to find trades in them tomorrow, right? AMPX, very strong, topped out at exactly 8, so maybe over 8 tomorrow, but I'm fairly certain I saw that they have earnings after the bell, which will change this completely one way or another. Either it'll tank or it'll gap up, or, you know, I guess being flat is also possible. But anyway, as it sits right now, maybe I'm wrong about earnings. Maybe they're not tonight. Definitely, I'm interested in the chart. Couple Bitcoin plays. CIFR had this high and then a lower high and then a lower high. But certainly you can kind of picture a trend line here. Possible breakout coming in that one. BKKT is another one, had a big volume spike, few inside days, and now is curling back up. GameStop, I'm going to put on bounce watch after the gap up. You know, you had another lower high today. You guys know what I look for gap or for bounce plays. Big is kind of obscure, BIG, which is Big Lots, which I believe is where Wayne gets all of his furniture. So anyway, it's kind of rolling over here and starting to accelerate to the downside. If we look at the weekly, it's interesting, right? Down to 10 here and then all the way back in early 2020. So that was the COVID lows, was right around 10. But it's in kind of a slow grind lower. Anyway, I'm going to put it on bounce watch. CHWY, I already talked about Chewy. Maybe this intraday bounce after flushing 34 marks, you know, somewhat, how do I word that? A new recent low, and maybe it's up from here. You also kind of have a little head and shoulder thing, so you never know, right? But I'm going to put that on watch because it held up after that bounce today. EMAN had a huge move back here, a couple red days. I would have preferred this candle to be down here because it's on bounce watch now, but it already made a big bounce, right, in that daily buy zone. So anyway, I'm going to put it on watch. And then lastly, SQ Square. Oh, I forgot to put that post. This was posted in chat. Can't even remember who now, back through 60, which you had the gap down, sold off, back through 60, probably risking about $2. Stop goes below the previous candle or below that current 5-minute candle. Probably risking about $2, but even then, you take that through 60, you almost got $6. You almost got 3R at one point out of it. And anyway, we're going to see if that holds up tomorrow. That's it for me. We'll add gappers in the pre-market like we always do. I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room.